What's up, guys? So in this video I just want to go over the Ruger LCPs. I carry the Ruger LCP-380 as my daily concealed carry. It's so tiny, fits the size of my hand. It comes with these sleeves that are honestly really not ideal for much of anything, but until I find a better pocket sleeve. It's supposed to kind of take out this thing's not thick enough to keep it from profiling. It profiles pretty terrible. But this one kicks pretty hard, as you can imagine, being that small, being a 380. So I got my mom the 22, the LCP-2 22. And right out of the box, out of the first 30 rounds I shot, I had 9 failed fires with light strikes. So I researched the hell out of it, because that freaked me the hell out. Finally talked her into getting into firearms, and now this thing doesn't want to shoot, and she's gonna wear it for self-protection. So it's got to work. So sent it back to Ruger. They look at it, said it's fine, needed to be lubed. Sent it back to me. That pissed me off. Never bought a gun before that had to be lubed out of the box. Never been told before that a gun had to be lubed, and that's why it wasn't working. It's brand freaking new. So looking through the reviews on forums, on YouTube, consensus is, number one, when it comes to pistol 22 long rifle pistols, you got to have higher velocity ammo, higher the better basically. So you'll see that in this video. I'm going to try out stuff all the way from like 740 feet per second up to the 1640 feet per second, the CCI Stingers, which I think is like Stingers, just a bulk pack. Anyway, so basically what it boiled down to was Ruger's trying to blame it all on the ammo, saying, okay, Winchester sucks, which it does, and I'll show you proof of that in this video. Also, that I have to use a velocity of above like 1200 feet per second. Okay, I used a ton of Winchester ranging from 1240 to 1280 feet per second. None of it worked. None of it worked. I have a round that blows up in my face when I'm trying to use my long rifle, just to, double check, make sure it's not the handgun malfunctioning, because I've never had my long rifle miss fire before, or fail to fire with a light strike. So, this video is really aimed at Ruger to show you that you have a problematic gun. I don't know why you are denying that there's a problem. I love my Ruger guns, I have a lot of them, but this thing is a piece of crap out of the box. You guys need to fix your gun and quit denying there's a problem. So Galloway makes a spring kit. It comes with 3 new springs. I'll show you a picture here. That was a lot of fun to install. Never done anything like this before, so that took me about an hour and a half. Kept thinking, at the end of his instruction video, he says the trigger is supposed to move the hammer just slightly if you pull on the trigger. Mine wasn't moving it at all. I said to hell with it, put the gun together, and it worked. So that kind of threw me for a loop. Probably would have only taken me 40 minutes to get the kit installed had it not been for that, because I ripped the gun back apart 10 times. Like literally 10 times, trying to find something wrong. So today, we went out and shot about 100 rounds. So we tried some stuff from Cabela's that the guy sold to my dad, telling him it's the best 22 long rifle ammo. It was Winchester. The stuff won't eject, so you'll see us manually ejecting each round because it straight up doesn't eject. The only other ammo I had that problem with, the CCI Quiet, which was like 740 feet per second, so there I could understand it. But the Winchester being like 1280, there's no reason I can think of why it won't even try to eject. So we went to this CCI Stingers, 1640 feet per second. It's a hell of a lot louder, I'll tell you that much. But it, for the most part, fired flawlessly. I had 0 light strikes or fail to fires. The only thing I had, there were 4 rounds that wouldn't load. So we shot, the round fired, that round was ejected, the next round didn't feed. So, and that honestly, to me, that feels more like a clip problem, like maybe a spring rate in the clip. I don't know. I have heard that these guns like to be broken in with several hundred rounds. So maybe once we get 500 rounds through it, it'll get rid of these little temper tantrums. But the only other thing we saw was 2 of the Winchester rounds actually got like lodged in the barrel. I had to get a knife and pry them out. But other than that, seems like the Galloway kit fixed the light strike issues. You gotta keep the velocity up to keep them ejecting. Even though the Galloway kit has a stronger eject spring, I think it's more related to the velocity more than anything. So thank you, Galloway, for taking the effort to fix this gun, because it can be an absolutely phenomenal gun, but not with the way Ruger's sending it out. Ruger, I'd love to hear from you and know why you deny that you have any problems with your LCP-2 and why you refuse to fix it, because Galloway seems to have done just that. And it seemed like a pretty simple fix with a couple little springs with different rates. So enjoy the footage here, and if you're looking to go buy one of these, they're very affordable. It's the only thing in this class of size. I think they consider it like a micro carry. It's freaking awesome. There's no kick to it. I actually let my mom shoot the 380, and she's like, holy shit, this thing kicks so much harder. It's like, yeah, that's why this is the perfect self-defense concealed carry for women. So I hope you'll check this video out, and then definitely go get that Galloway spring kit if you're going to buy one of these. Thanks. Winchester, 1280 feet per second. Fail to fire. 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 Second try with Winchester 1280. Fail to fire. Fail to fire. Fail to fire. Winchester Wildcat, 1255 feet per second. Fail to fire. 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 So here you can see the light strike marks. This is one I tried twice, still no dice. Here we've got Aguila, 1280 feet per second, 38 grain. So out of 50 of these, I've only had one fail to fire. And here's CCI Quiet. This is only 710 feet per second, 40 grain. Fail to eject. 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 And this is what that fail to eject looks like. failed to eject. So all 10 fired, but all 10 failed to eject. Alright, so our first round with the new spring kit from Galloway, we're going to try firing off these light strike rounds with the stock spring kit. So these are the light strike Winchester Wildcat 1255 feet per second. Fail to fire. Still a fail to fire. Got one. There we had a feeding issue with the next round going in. We'll just toss this round. Fail to fire. Fail to fire. So out of all those, one fired. The heavier hammer rate firing pin is helping. Next up, we're going to do the Winchester 1280 feet per second with the light fire marks from yesterday. Fail to fire. Fail to fire. Fail to fire. Fail to fire. So out of those 5, we still had 4. And you can see this rim's getting pretty beat up. There's a lot of fail to fires on there. Next, we're going to load all of our fail to fired rounds in my long rifle just to see if it's the ammo or the gun. We'll do the 4 faster bullets first, and then the Wildcat will be the last 4. Fail to fire. Fail to fire. Fail to fire. It just exploded in the side of my head, and that came out of the gun, and it looks like there's a casing stuck down the barrel. Well, folks, I think it's safe to say Winchester 22 long rifle ammo is the lowest of the low grade you can get. It's garbage. I just had a round blow up on the side of my face. I've never had maybe 2 or 3 fail to fires with this gun out of thousands of rounds, so I'm just gonna call this stuff garbage. I am curious though, with all the light strike mark bullets aside, let's just load up some fresh stuff that hasn't been fired and just run it through. So with some virgin ammo, it definitely seems to have a better chance of success. There's definitely some feeding issues with the Winchester as well. Here's the Wildcat 1255, some virgin ammo. Alright, now we'll try some CCI. I'm not going to fire all 10 rounds of this. We'll just do, I got 3 rounds right here. We'll try these, see if they eject. So, I've never had a fail to fire with one of these. These are the 710 feet per second quiet rounds. They've just never ejected out of the gun. And we installed that higher spring rate eject pin spring. So we'll see. Fail to eject. Fail to eject. Fail to eject. So that ammo must just not be fast enough to eject itself. And then lastly, we have 10 more rounds of the Aguila, 1280 feet per second. I want to do this in 4, 3, and 3. I want to make sure my slide lock's working. It didn't work with that Winchester. It didn't lock back when I went through the last round. So there's another issue I'm experiencing with the Winchester is the slide lock when it locked back. This is 3 rounds. Locked back again. Definitely going to be sticking with the Aguila. I'll get some CCI at the higher 1280 feet per second. We'll put a couple hundred rounds through and see if we have any fail to fires. But so far so good with the Aguila, with the new spring kit. Winchester still sucks. This did fire more rounds with the Galloway spring kit of the Winchester, but just after having that round explode in the side of my face, I've never had that happen in my life. I'm done with the Winchester.
Oh wow, he's right in the middle.
So, there you go.
Jeez, I am to the right, ain't I?